Good evening, welcome to Mike's Retro Tech. Welcome to another video, another Sinclair video. I'm doing plenty of these at the moment. Speech. Getting the Sinclair Spectrum to speak all those years ago was, I suppose, a miracle. And there were three major types. There was the Currah microspeech, of which I've got two. There was the Cheetah Sweet Talker with the Chatterbox software, and then there was a speech synthesizer by Fuller, which is like hen's teeth at the moment, and I can't find one for love nor money. One appeared on eBay about 6 to 8 weeks ago, and it sold for a stupid amount of money, so I wasn't going to buy that. So I thought I would do a look at these two devices. The reason I've got two is because this one obviously was boxed, and it was about, I don't know, 15 quid, which is pretty good, I suppose. But I wanted a boxed one just to keep with my Spectrum collection. And then I thought this one, which didn't come with the cassette, I had to buy that separately, so that was about £9 on its own. That's stupidly to pay that much for it, but there you go. But this one was sold as not working, or untested I should say, and it was about £8.50, which is not bad. And then this, as you'll probably see in a previous video, came with my Sinclair Spectrum printer, which is here, very poorly sick, waiting parts. So that will be another video, which may have already gone out by the time you watch this speech synthesizer video, I don't know. But anyway, this one, the reason I got this was because you can composite convert them. At the moment it comes out of the UHF socket, which means you have to plug that into the audio out, I want to say, the microphone socket maybe, or the ear socket, I don't know, I'll have to read the instructions in here. And then that one goes into the UHF, and then this one goes into your TV, and that's how the sound comes out. It comes out of wherever into the TV. But what I want to do, I want to convert it to composite, so that the signal is obviously better, because I want to convert my Spectrum to composite, and then I want to see whether it actually works that way or not. And for 6 or 8 quid, it doesn't matter if I break it, whereas this one will be pristine and kept in the box. So what I'm going to do, switch over to the phone, plug you into the Spectrum. Hopefully this will work in the interface one. I don't know, I've never tried it. And then the software here, I believe, is just some speech software, but you can make this speak without any software, just using Spectrum Basic. So I'll go onto the phone, plug in the Spectrum, put it on the telly, and we'll see whether this works or not. And if this doesn't work, I'll try this one, and then once these have worked, I'll try the Sweet Talker, because I do actually have some software for the Sweet Talker. Some instructions for the Sweet Talker, very basically printed, but it shows how you can actually print, type in some software, and output it to the Sweet Talker. Now the interesting thing about the Sweet Talker, let's just address this, is that the Currah, whatever, the micro speech, is one interface. The Sweet Talker, on the other hand, by Cheetah, unlike the Currah microspeech, has the main interface breadboard connector here, but on the back it also has another wafer edge, a wafer edge there, so you can plug in more interfaces. Now, I don't know whether that would work, so whether you could have the Sweet Talker speaking in one voice, at the same time have the Currah microspeech speaking in its own tone, I don't know. And also the Sweet Talker has its own built-in speaker, which I think is better because it doesn't rely on the rubbish telly signal. So Cheetah, I think, were quite forward thinking on that. But anyway, let's plug let's plug this in first, and we'll try that. Then we'll try the Cheetah, and then if they don't work, we'll try the other one, and we'll see what happens. Okie dokie, back on the phone then now. So, got my Spectrum set up here with the micro drive from a previous video. Actually, we'll take the micro drive out because I don't think we need that for the moment. So I'll take that out and put it over here. So we've just got the Spectrum, and then we will plug in the Currah speech. The TV adapter goes into there. That goes into there. Now, does it go into which socket? Let me check the instructions and I'll come back to you in a minute.
A few moments later.
Right, I was correct. So it goes into the mic socket on the Spectrum. So there we go. It's in. It's a bit wobbly, but we'll take it from there and see. So I'll turn the telly on. And then we'll plug in the power cable on the Spectrum. And of course this is me with the dodgy power cable now. Okay, so I've taken the Currah micro speech out and I've plugged it back in as it should be, and it works. So I would say that it's a problem with either the interface one or the Currah itself. So we'll try this again. Oh, there we go. Oh, now this is good. So I must have not plugged this in correctly before. So now it's plugged in correctly. There we go. So it knows it's got the Currah micro speech system plugged into it. Now if I angle the phone up just a bit like so, and then can we turn the volume up?
Enter. One word. Print. Close. Delete.
Wow. But that works great. But as you can probably hear, there's a nasty hum on the speakers just because of the way that the system worked. But this is good because this now means that that one does actually work, even though it was untested and it doesn't, you know, solder's not working, solder spares and repair. Brilliant. So that's one down, one more to go. So I'll unbox this one now and plug this one in, and we'll see whether this does the same thing. Fingers crossed it does, and that means there's two Currah micro speeches that I've got, which will be fantastic. Oh, that's a bit tight. That's what she said. Okay, so this one looks a bit more gnarly. This has got a bit of corrosion there, I think. So that in there. Microphone in there. That one in there. And then the UHF socket into there. Right, what do we think? The other Currah micro speech is in, and let's plug in. Yes, And there we go. As you can see, the picture is quite bad on that. So I think we have this little thing down here, which is like a... Oh. No, I can't get the screwdriver. I need a smaller screwdriver. Right, what have I got here? What have I... Oh, I've got a smaller screwdriver there. There we go. That should do it. Is it making the picture any better? No, doesn't look like it. That's a shame. Oh well. Oh. Right, so there's no audio on there now.
Enter. Enter.
Yes, okay, so when it makes a squishing noise, not like that. Again, I think they're filling up the concrete outside in the builder's yard.
Enter. Enter. Enter.
So that one works as well.
1, 2, 3. 3, 3, 3.
3. It's not 3, it's 3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No word.
So what I think, if you listen to the 4,
4, 4, 4,
that sounds very much like the Cylons from Battlestar Galactica.
4,
By your command.
4, 4.
Pretty good. Okay, so that one works. So that one works. Needs tuning in a bit more, needs fine tuning. So that's not bad. Both of them work, which is great. So now I will choose, I will try the Sweet Talker, and if that works, we'll then write a little program that makes them both talk, and we'll compare the audio and see what they both like. So just quickly, while I've taken the one out of the box, out of the back of the Spectrum, and it came out like that, and I've noticed, can you see the cables? So that will need a repair, so I'm going to have to take it apart and repair that. Whereas the other one here, just to prove that there are two, this is the first one and that one's fine. So I think I might put this one back in the box, and this will be the sacrificial one, I think. Yes, because that's a better quality one than this one. Yeah. Sweet Talker's going in now. And again, as I said before, I don't know what compatibility is like with the interface one. It may work, it may not. Okay, so as you can see, the quality of the video is much better because there's no RF interference here from the Cheetah Sweet Talker. What it doesn't do, like the Currah, is it doesn't activate on the keyboard. You can't get it to speak unless you program it, which I suppose is good because the Currah was always annoying. So what I need to do is I need to type in this program here, and it should talk to me. So let's try this. So 10. Oh, I can't find these keys. Where have these gone now? Okay, so let's see what happens. It might be a bit more difficult to listen to because the microphone is the speakers obviously at the back here on the Cheetah. Well, that didn't work very well, did it? Okay. Yeah. So that evidently either doesn't work with the interface 1 or doesn't work at all. Yeah, that's not good, is it? Let's try it on my other Spectrum that I've got, and we'll see whether that works. Right, I had an epiphany. Instead of taking it apart, I thought I'd do some research very quickly. And for the Sweet Talker, in the previous clip, it went ma and didn't work. And I have a feeling it's not broken, it's just because it's connected to the interface 1. Now, on eBay, there was a listing that was boxed with brand new instructions, or with full instructions. And the instructions said to put in, if I can show you this there. Okay, that program there. So that was the typing one. And line 40, which is the out 7, A, 40 was changed on these instructions, and it said if you've got an interface 1, you need to do out 51, comma A. So now we'll see if this works. If it does, fantastic. If it just makes a whining noise again, it's definitely broken and it definitely needs some components changing. Oh, well, that didn't work, did it? So you can hear it initialize, so I know it's working. The socket is definitely broken on this Spectrum. Wow. Okay. No, so that doesn't work. Was it 15? No. I need to check this out and see what it is.
A few moments later.
Right, apologies still now for the noise. They are actually filling up the massive concrete containers outside in the building site. So the building yard is literally behind our back garden fence. Not much we can do about that for the moment. Another 18 months or so and this should be done. Anyway, back to this. This is my other issue 3ZX Spectrum. In, as you can see, the DK-Tronics box. Now it's got the well, actually it might not be an issue 3, it might be even later than that, because I believe this may have been a Spectrum Plus because of the reset switch on the motherboard. Anyway, it's got, as you can see in a minute, this is composite modded, so you'll be able to see the difference in the quality of the video. But anyway, I'm going to plug the Sweet Talker in here now because there's no interface 1 on this, and we'll see whether or not it works and it's the interface 1 that's causing the problem. So I'll try and get you a better camera angle if I can. Is that going to work, or is that just rubbish? Oh, there we go. Right. Get my tripod set properly, that's better. Right, so, okay, Sweet Talker in on the interface. Now what you might see is that there's a plug socket here because I've got an internal power supply on the DK-Tronics keyboard, but for the moment I'm still using the original Spectrum one. So we plug that in there, and then we say, so, no, not that one. Ooh, does that keyboard not work? Ah, the keyboard doesn't work. Okay, so that to me says the Sweet Talker doesn't work. So what I'll do is I'll go back onto the other camera now, and we'll take it apart and we'll have a look and see what's inside it. There may be a burnt component that I need to replace, but we'll see. Right, back on the overhead camera for the moment. Let's try and take this apart and see whether we can see any burnt components or not. I'm not sure what that black mark is there on the circuit board. Could just be a piece of pen. It might just need cleaning, but we'll see. So I've never taken one of these apart before. I don't know exactly what I'm expecting. A bunch of circuits maybe and something that's blown. I don't know. There. Wow. So that looks like in production they punched a set of holes in that after it was put together. God, that's quite shoddy, that, even for the 80s. Blimey. Right, so there's not really much on this. The solder mask has gone a bit gnarly. Just let me get my magnifier on that. There looks something wrong with them traces. Looks like this has been taken apart before. No, there's corrosion on the main board. Can you see there? There's corrosion. Now I'm not so sure whether I will be able to get rid of that. In fact, there's corrosion on a few of these pins. Not necessarily inside here, but certainly on those fingers there, and they look quite horrible there. There's lots of flux, and that looks like maybe it needs replacing. Possibly. So what chip is that? A GI, so it's an SPO 256-AL2, copyright 1981, GI, and it's a CKA 8323. And then there's a 74 LS139N B123, a 74 LS32 PC, a H335, and then an M339 LM 386N-L. So that cap looks a bit short, to be fair. Seems to be a bit of a gap in that. That cap's okay. Voltage regulator may need changing again. Yeah. Looks okay though, there's no funny smell. So it could say there's just all corrosion on those pins there. And then whatever that was that's just come off it. Blimey. Right, okay, I'll get some IPA to it and we'll see if we can sparkle it up a bit and see whether that's all that's needed to fix it. Get my IPA. Get one of my toothbrushes and some tissue paper. Ooh, haha, too much. Too much. So this again is 99.9% pure isopropyl alcohol. Okay. Let's just run it on there. I have a feeling that the chips are going to need checking and probably resoldering maybe. And I'm resigned to the fact that I'm going to have to replace the caps in this, but considering that the considering that the Currah microspeeches both work fine, they're obviously a better quality components. So I wonder if the logic on this could be applied to the Tatung Einstein maybe. Because I know there was a speech module for the Einstein, but I'm not sure how much difference it would have been to either the Sweet Talker or the Currah microspeech. I would imagine they were both almost the same sort of logic. Right, okay, so that's a good squeeze with alcohol and a good dab off to make sure it's all dry. Yeah, okay. That's literally just come off without even rubbing. See, look. Wow. Yeah, so dirty. Ugh, dirty. Dirty speech. Well, there you go. Been talking dirty to me. Yeah, not nice at all. Now, it looks like there's still lots of brown on that, especially there under the speaker, which is difficult to get to. Looks like it is just residual flux though, so I suppose we should be okay. Now, I don't need that case on. I'm going to take it back to the phone now, and I'll plug this in, and it's like this in its clean state, and we'll see exactly what happens. It does actually smell quite funky, as if something has blown on it, but we'll see what happens. Right, okay, back onto the phone, back onto being plugged into the DK-Tronics keyboard Spectrum, and then let's see what happens now. Gonna put it on AV1. There we go. Okay, so no, not that. No. So that's not good. So that means that this board is fried. Now it was sold as not working. So I'll buy a heat regulator, a voltage regulator, sorry, and then I'll buy some capacitors. I may have the resistors already. Yeah, and I'll have another inspection under the microscope, maybe under the USB microscope, and we'll see whether there's any tracks that are actually shorting out. There could be. It might just be a case of being resoldered, but that's a shame because that means I can't do the comparison of this and the Currah until that's finished. So yeah, that's a shame. But for the moment, I'm going to call it quits with this video because you saw the Currah microspeech working, and that was a big step because both of them worked. And then this Sweet Talker, I'll need to do some diagnostics on, and I'll probably feature this in a future video. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon so you get notifications when I upload more videos. Leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. Do you know what's wrong with this? Do you know why it's doing it? Is the chip blown? Is it just the capacitors? Is it the voltage regulator? I don't know. I'm going to try it, see if I can find a schematic maybe. I don't think I'll be able to find those chips, but we'll see. But anyway, take care everybody, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.